Okay, I'm up here on Highway 38. We're gonna do a drive. They had a little bit of Monday when they had that storm. They had a closure up here for, I think it was a day, but I haven't driven this since that. I've been covering Oak Glen and Forest Falls. But they had, if you come up right above the turn to Forest Falls, Valley of the Falls Drive there, they had, looks like a lot of debris. Not a lot of debris, but you can see mud pushed up by the Caltrans guys and girls on the side there. Maybe 2-3 foot high up mud. But up here is where they had by Stetson Creek was where the big issue was. But I haven't seen anything up on this side. Down below was at like mile marker 15, 16, below Angelus Oaks. We're up here about mile marker 23, I think. What do we got here? 2210. But I haven't seen anything up here yet. But the problem was up a little further, a mile or two. It's kind of overcast down below in the valley, but up here it's nice and clear. It's a nice day for a Saturday drive in the mountains. And the highway's completely open. 38 was, I think they opened it Tuesday or Wednesday. It just took them like a day to scrape all this out. It must not have been a bad, see there's a little mud right there. It looks like maybe they had some debris right here come down. See, this is all burn scar up above us to the right. So every time it rains, they get debris flow down here. Oh, let's get over here and see what Oak Glen was. That's the worst I've ever seen in Oak Glen, and there was a poor woman killed in Forest Falls. I was up there yesterday and interviewed the neighbor right next door, and she was in like a front addition to the cabin, kind of like a mother-in-law's or a separate kind of sleeping area. And her dog survived, but she didn't. The flow came right through and just took out that front part of they lived right next to at the time the creek didn't have a name, I guess. It's now called Prospect Creek. Tom McIntosh was explaining how for their fire maps, they had to have them named so that they could, say, hey, we're over here by Prospect Creek. He said it wasn't even on the map as a creek. Usually there's a little blue line there, and the one up above by Wood Road, they named that one too. So that they corrected on the topo maps up at Rattlesnake, I think in Slide Creek, they had them backwards, which caused a lot of, that can cause a lot of confusion. But he had them rename, they're switching back to where they're right on the fire maps and AAA maps. I'm not sure topo's been changed. I don't think it has. I need to look at Google. I want to get with Tom and look at Google Maps and Waze. What are they showing? But anyway, we should be coming up. What are we at? I think the problem started about 2410. I think it was 24.10. Mile markers, if you're not familiar with them, and it's a good idea to know what they are, because if you look here on the right, see this little white sign says 2375 right there. It'll be 23.75. That's 23 miles and 3/4 of a mile. They do it in what do you call it? Metric, I guess. Well, no, that ain't metric. That's miles. Instead of doing like a quarter mile, they're doing it in like hundreds. Now down here's where they had the blowout on the creek below Stetson Creek. Let's see if they got any. They got this open really pretty fast, so I don't think they had a lot to move. And see right there was where it was all backed up. Like they're still working on this. There's 2 excavators right there. They were going to start one-man flagging operations through here up by Stetson Creek. That was like Wednesday. Let's see, that there was the 8th. But the storm held them off then. And let's see, what is this week? Yeah, I think the storm is what stopped them from doing that. It closed again. Oh, the fire. The fire was the Radford fire, where they didn't want to shut down this highway in case they needed to evacuate Big Bear, so they kept this route open. And I need to call Eric, the PIO for Caltrans. Here's Stetson Creek. You can kind of see they're still working on this. This is what blew out like 3 or 4 weeks ago real bad. Caused that closure for like 2-3 weeks. Right there on the right, Stetson Creek. There's another creek right here that blew out. And up here's also been, oh, we got a crew bus. That's Cal Fire crew bus. They may be working up here. Where are they at? Pilot Rock. It's Pilot Rock crew bus. They've had issues up here with the mudslides and debris flows. I wonder what they're working on. They may be, there's cabins down below right there. That's Stetson Creek Road that goes to the U-Pick Orchard. See, they've had some flows come down across here. There's your mile marker there, 25.11. I need to hit a turnout. There's a guy behind me. So yeah, this is probably why it opened up so fast. I don't see any, there's a little mud right there that's been pushed off. But that may be from the old storm. Yeah, it all looks good. I'm gonna pull off and let this guy go by me. 38's nice and clean, and let this guy go. Where'd he go? There they are. I'm going out to get if you like good hamburgers, cheeseburgers, oh boy. Seven Oaks Lodge. It's only Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They close like at 5. The grill closes like at 5 in the evening. So you can't come up late. You got to get up here during the day. Glass Road's right down here. Highway 30. We're coming into Barton Flats. Is this where they had I thought I remember another mudslide up here. You can see how they're working. They still got a lot of work to do on the highway. They're putting in culverts, trying to keep this underneath the freeway and not go across the freeway or the highway. I think there's a culvert up here. Yeah, this is one. Right before when you see those patches, those where they trench, be careful. Some of those are sinking in pretty bad. This is the Will J. Reed Boy Scout camp up here, Camp Tockwoods. It's beautiful up here. If you want to come up and hike, there's hiking trails. Jinx Lake there's Glass Road. Jinx Lake Road was where I pulled off. So that those cars pass, you can take Jinx Lake Road. Jinx Lake Road is a nice drive, but the lake itself is closed now. You can still hike in, but the road to get into the picnic area and the day use is closed till spring, Memorial Day. I think they opened it the weekend before Memorial Day. In fact, all the campgrounds closed too. They closed right after Labor Day. So if you're when the camper, you can still come up. There's yellow post sites where you look for the yellow posts. They're marked on the maps. I think you also what was the other thing? Oh, dispersed camping. You can camp out in the woods. Right now, no campfires. You can use propane stoves. Always check before you come up. You got to have a permit. You can download a permit off the National Forest, San Bernardino National Forest website. Get you download that permit. I don't know if you can take a picture of it. I took a picture and I got it in my wallet. too, but I would think a picture of it would be enough for a forest ranger if they check you. It's a yearly permit. All you do is just download it. I don't know if you put your name on it or not. I think your name is on it. And that allows you to have the when you can have a campfire, or I think you need it for the propane even. If you're in a designated campground like Hart Bar or Barton Flats, you can have a campfire inside their little designated fire ring when permitted. Like right now, it was permitted right before they closed their campgrounds. And I'll run this video down. We might see it. The deer have been active. So the bears. I had a bear come up behind me yesterday. I was interviewing that nice lady, the neighbor, Donna was her name, if I remember right. But some guy started honking down the street. He just walked out of the place where the lady was killed. He was working there, and then he was below me on the street, maybe a half block down. He started honking. I kept looking back. He honk, and I looked back. Finally, he gets out. He goes, "Hey, there's a bear coming up by you." And I just saw a glimpse of her. I think it was a female, young, but she was cutting through the houses. It's kind of a bear highway there on Prospect and Canyon. And I just got a glimpse of her. She looked like a cinnamon color. But I could hear her as she went down. She was going down the mountain. The dogs are like bear alerts. You can tell where the bear is by the barking. There's a couple bridges down here. This one, let's see if it's got water. This one doesn't have water in a while. Yeah, it's dry again. I think that's Barton Creek. Or no, wait, Barton Creek. Yeah, I think that's Barton Creek, which usually has good water down here at the bottom. So I'm wondering why that doesn't have water. Because I haven't been in Barton Creek. They've got the gate locked down here. I guess they just don't want to maintain roads anymore. But people are saying they're going around the gate. The road was okay 2 weeks ago, I was told. I haven't ventured down it because I don't want to get down there and have it get stuck. I got a winch and I'd rather go with somebody, that way if either one of us gets stuck, we can winch the other guy out. I'll show you down here at the bottom. One in 86. Where Stetson Creek was, the ranch where I pointed, where that. When I saw pictures, remember the awning that was laying here? Somebody lost an awning on this corner, and I was going to bring my battery grinder up and cut it up and get it out of the road. We were off the shoulder there, but here's this 186, and as you'll see, I'll pull up here. They got the gate, but evidently everybody's going around it. Make sure it's clear here. That goes up to Stetson Creek Road with that U-Pick Apple Ranch. It's open up there, but I don't know why they got this closed. But this is the road. You take the left at that fork. This will take you down to, or wait, we're not to the fork yet. Pacific Crest Trail cuts across right here. You can park here on the left right here. There's a trail sign. If you want to walk the PCT, you can go left or right. See the sign right there? You can park. That's the Santa Ana River Trail. South Fork of the Santa Ana River is down below us here. That's South Fork Trail. Sorry about that. PCT is a little further over. Now this is where the road forks. Seven Oaks Road goes to the right, and you can go down to Converse Flats, the forestry station down there. Or this left is Glass Road. This is down here where they killed Dorner, the guy they were after a few years ago that ambushed the cops down in the sheriff's. Yeah, right here, the old lodge. It was right here on the right, coming up. Right past this oak tree. Actually, this oak tree. Yeah, right here on the right. The lodge burned down. It was right here on the right. It looks like they have, for, I guess, trailers or... I'm not sure what they have for rent. Trailers or cabins. There's a... Barton Creek's over there about 150 yards. And then they're right, those cabins or trailers look like they're right near that creek there. I've never seen the guy out there to stop and ask how much. I think it's on the internet. They call it Seven Oaks Village or Seven Oaks or Glass. Oh no, wait, I think it's Seven Oaks Village Cabins. There's another bridge. This is the, I think that's South Fork. Sorry about that. I'm calling it Barton Creek. That's South Fork of the Santa Ana. You can fish in here. They stock trout in here. It's a great place to bring a kid because it's easy to get to. There's a lot of, they stock a lot of, because they can't put them in Jinx anymore. Jinx has gotten too low. So they've been stocking those over here. It's kind of been a local secret, but you know, I always want to help little kids catch their first fish, and it's easy, you know, for them to get in there and actually catch a fish that isn't, even though they're planters, they get pretty wild, and there's wild brown trout in there too. I hate to see them go to these put and take lakes like Santa Ana lakes, or you know, where you just this is more natural, you know, teach the kid, you know, to hike in if he has to, or how to sneak up on the creek. I brought a couple of the kids down here that never fished before, and boy, it's so great to see their face when they hook up a trout. They look at you like, what do I do? It's like, you're on your own. Reel them in. You know, they're just completely just gassed because they caught a fish. You know, it's great. Here is Seven Oaks, the resort, the campground on the left there. There's quite a few people down here. It's still nice. We're tail end of summer, fall. Here's the restaurant. I guess they call it a restaurant. I don't know if I can park there. I think I can. Thanks for watching. See ya.